So, are you really getting the most out of your AI? What if I told you there's a simple change in how you use it that could totally unlock its true power? A really fundamental shift is happening right now in how AI actually works, and it's moving us way beyond just getting instant answers and into something, well, something much, much smarter. Everything we're going to break down today comes from a pretty groundbreaking frontier tech briefing that was just published on April 18th. It's signaling this huge change in how the most advanced AIs are being built and used, and, it's all happening as we speak. This quote right here, it perfectly captures the shift we're talking about. It's a simple idea, but it's profound, and it's changing the entire game. See, it's not about getting an answer anymore. It's about the process of getting to the best possible answer. So let's open up this new playbook. We're basically saying goodbye to AIs that just give you a single one-shot response. Instead, we're moving to this new model where the AI uses a process of iterative improvement. In other words, it's actually learning to think.
And the engine driving this whole thing is something called the critique loop. The best way to think about it is like a great writer revising their own work. The AI puts out a first draft, then it actually steps back to critique itself. Is this accurate? Is it clear? And then it makes it better. It's this constant cycle of creation and refinement.
And this slide just lays it out in stark contrast. The old way was super simple. You ask, it answers. That's it. The new way, though, is a process. It adds these two crucial steps in the middle: critique and refine. This is the key to getting way higher quality work and, honestly, a lot fewer of those frustrating AI mistakes. But hey, don't just take my word for it. The biggest names in tech are already placing huge bets on this new approach. Let's look at three major shifts that really prove they're building for this new process-driven world.
We are seeing major moves from the heavy hitters. Anthropic is explicitly building its agents with these self-checking critique loops. Microsoft is weaving AI into the very fabric of our work tools, making it this constant partner. And NVIDIA, they're literally re-engineering their hardware to support this deeper, multi-step kind of thinking.
So the first big change is in the nature of the work itself. Instead of just asking an AI to, say, write a marketing email and just taking whatever it spits out first, you're now engaging in a process with it. It's more of a collaboration to get to the best email, not just the first one. The second change is where this work happens. We're leaving behind this idea of going to a special AI app. Instead, AI is becoming ambient. It's like a layer that just exists inside the documents, the spreadsheets, the apps you already use. Imagine getting real-time suggestions to improve a report as you're typing, without ever leaving your dock. That's the idea of ambient AI. And all of this leads to the third shift, which is happening kind of under the hood. The hardware itself is no longer being optimized just for the raw speed of that first answer. Now, the whole focus is on the efficiency of running those complex, multi-step critique loops. The entire system is being built for thoughtful depth, not just sheer speed. Okay, so with these massive changes happening in the work, the environment, the infrastructure, the big question is, who comes out on top? This new playbook actually creates two very different kinds of advantages. Let's break those down. On one hand, you've got the retail edge. Think of it like a skilled artisan meticulously perfecting a single creation. It's all about achieving incredible quality through smart iteration. Then, on the other hand, you have the institutional edge, which is more like a high-tech factory. It's about applying that same iterative process, but at an absolutely colossal scale to get these compounding improvements. Let's really focus on that retail edge, because this is where you have the advantage right now, today. You can build simple agents with these self-refining loops. And the crucial point here is you can get a higher quality result than someone just using a one-shot system, even if they have way more resources. Your edge is quality through smart iteration, not just brute force scale. Now, the institutional edge, that's the long-term moat for the big companies. First, they'll control that specialized hardware you need for these complex processes. Second, they'll have these deep integrations across entire work ecosystems. Think Microsoft 365. And third, they can roll out these self-improving systems to millions of users, creating these compounding advantages that are going to be really, really hard to compete with. So that's the landscape. But how do you actually put this into practice? Let's move from theory to action. Here's a concrete thing you can do right now to start using this new playbook immediately. It's honestly this simple. First, get an initial answer from your AI. Then, and this is the absolute key, don't just accept it. Challenge it. Ask the AI to evaluate its own work. Prompt it.
Review this for correctness, completeness, and clarity. And finally, just tell it to revise the output based on its own feedback. It's like having your own personal editor, right on demand. And that's the whole upgrade right there. By using that simple 3-step process, you stop settling for the AI's first easy answer, and you start unlocking its real potential. You're not just a user anymore, you become a collaborator, guiding the AI to its best possible work. So, I'll just leave you with this one question. The next time you use an AI, ask yourself, are you just getting its first answer? Or are you pushing it to give you its best answer? The difference is everything. Thanks for tuning in, and happy iterating.